Hello and welcome to week 3 of Yoga After Plastic Surgery, Breathwork, and Meditation. So, the inspiration for today is my recovery is important to me. So this is going to be a short breathwork practice, as in with any breathwork practice. If you have anxiety, if you have breathing problems, if you have cardiovascular or blood pressure issues, it's a good opportunity to ask your primary care physician if breathwork is proper for you in this stage of your healing. And even if you've been cleared for breath work practice was fantastic yesterday, but today or in this moment, you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling lightheadedness or dizziness, you're feeling a rapid heartbeat or shortness of breath. That is your body's message to you that breath work is not right for you right now. And then just stop the video and you can come back to it at a time later. And it's best to practice this type of breath work on an empty stomach. So you can try practicing before exercise or breakfast if you feel like the breath work is making you uncomfortable because you have a full stomach. So we'll start today's practice with a practice called the stop technique. And you'll see the steps of the techniques right here. So we're going to start by just taking a position which is respectful yet relaxed. It could be seated, it could be lying down, and we're just going to stop what we're doing for just a moment. And then I'll invite you to pay attention as you take the next breath. And observe, what are your current feelings and emotions? Are there any notable physical sensations in your body? We don't need to change or judge them. We're just observing them. And then we can proceed. We can return to what we're doing, and that is breath work. So we're going to start this breath work session with some gentle stretching of the neck and shoulders. So I'll invite you to look up as you inhale and look down as you exhale. Look up as you inhale, down as you exhale. Last time, looking up with an inhale and down with an exhale. Now look to the right with an inhale. Look to the center with an exhale. Look to the left with an inhale and center with an exhale. Right with your inhale. Center with your exhale. Left with your inhale. Center with your exhale. Right with your inhale. Center with your exhale. Left with your inhale. Center with your exhale. Now we'll switch to a little bit different movement. So the ear will come to the shoulder with an inhale, up to the center with an exhale, ear to the opposite shoulder with an inhale, center with an exhale, ear to the shoulder with an inhale, center with an exhale, the opposite shoulder with an inhale, center with an exhale. Last time, ear to the shoulder with an inhale, center with an exhale, to the shoulder with an inhale, center with an exhale. Now let's roll the shoulders up with an inhale, Back and down with an exhale. Shoulders up with an inhale. Back and down with an exhale. Shoulders up with an inhale. Back and down with an exhale. And now let's reverse the motion. Shoulders back and up with the inhale. Down with the exhale. Back and up with the inhale. Down with the exhale. Last time, back and up with the inhale. And then drop the shoulders and relax with the exhale. And let's end this short practice with a deeper inhale. And then a sigh out that exhale. Okay. Now we'll move into some guided breathing. So this will be a 5-5 breathing exercise. And I'll invite you as we do this breath work to recognize the stages in the breathing practice. So just keep your attention on and recognize as you're expanding the lungs, expanding the rib cage in the inhale, and then contracting in the exhale. And think emotionally, spiritually during the expansion, we're opening up, we're welcoming in nourishment. And during the contraction, during that exhale, we're releasing the old, we're releasing what's stuck, we're letting go of what is not serving us. So again, we'll take that relaxed yet alert position. The eyes can be open or closed, and I'll keep the time for this 5 minutes of breathing. And we'll start with an exhale and then inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhaling and nourishing, exhaling what doesn't serve us. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhaling through the nose if you can, exhaling through the nose and the mouth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale as if you're smelling a bouquet, exhale as if you're blowing candles out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale. If you feel lightheaded, focus on inhaling with the nose. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale in that nourishing breath. Exhale what no longer serves us. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, 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 we have 1 minute left. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last inhale and last exhale. So let go of that practice. Inhale and exhale normally, whatever's comfortable for you, and feel your body, feel your emotions. And we'll move into now a guided meditation. I'll invite you to keep your eyes open or closed. You can breathe normally. And we're just going to touch in on what's here. Week 3 can be a difficult week in our recovery, and it's important to just be honest and open with what's coming up in our lives and accept what's going on in our present moment because it is here. This is what's happening to us. So we'll start by taking a deeper breath, and with an exhale, just touch in now with how annoyed you might be with your family members and with your friends. And we're just being honest with us, with what's in our life and what's happening with us now in this healing journey from our surgery. Now I'll invite you to bring to mind what you can do to keep your inner peace. What are the tools that we have in our toolbox? What has worked for us in the past, and what can we use today? Whether that's relaxation, mindfulness, breath work, shouting into a pillow. Now I'll invite you to bring to mind how annoyed you are with what's happening right now in your recovery. And I'll invite you to consider how you can remind yourself to take it slow and keep up your good work, all the good things you're doing to help yourself heal. What are some ways that you can remind yourself? I'll invite you to consider how the ways in which you're disappointed with your progress right now. What are some things that are frustrating about your recovery? And I'll invite you to consider some things that you have seen in the past few weeks that make you encouraged about your recovery. What are some good things you have seen with your progress? And I'll invite you now to see both of those things at the same time, ways that you're disappointed and also ways that you're encouraged. I'll invite you to consider ways that you can remind yourself that it's only been 3 weeks. It feels like a long time, but in a 6 month, in a year-long recovery from surgery, it's a very small first step that we've taken in our recovery. What are some ways that we can gently remind ourselves that we are just at the beginning of this process? Now, I'd like to invite you to think about some self-care activities that you could add to your day that can help you to lower stress. What self-care activities that help you lower stress have you enjoyed in the past? Whether it's taking a walk in nature, calling up a friend, laughing, spending time with a pet or a loved one, participating in a hobby that you enjoy. What self-care activities can you add into your day to help you to lower your stress? And now, as we close this short meditation, I'll invite you to take a deeper breath in and out. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. If your eyes are closed, you can blink them open. And we'll transition to a breathwork practice called staircase breathing. So this starts with you sitting or lying down comfortably with a straight spine. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And we're going to alternately inhale through the nose and then hold the breath 3 separate times. So at that third time where we're inhaling up to the top of our lungs, completing this full breath we're taking in 3 parts. And then we're going to exhale that whole complete breath out and then start inhaling again. So we're going to repeat this for 5 minutes total. I'll keep the time and tell you when to inhale and when to hold. So we'll start by exhaling and then inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale up to the top, hold it all, and then exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold it all, and then exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale more, hold, fully inhale, hold it all, and then exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale to the top, hold, and slowly exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale more, hold, inhale, hold it all, and exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale to the top, and hold, and exhale. We're halfway through. Let's inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale to the top, hold, and exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale to the top, hold it, and exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale more, hold, inhale up to the top and hold, and exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale, hold, and exhale. Inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale to the top, hold, and exhale. This is our last inhale, hold, inhale, hold, inhale to the top, one last hold, and a long, comfortable exhale. All right, so that was 5 minutes of staircase breathing. You can let go of this practice and breathe normally and feel into your body for a moment. Feel into your emotions, feel into your spirit. And let's move on to a short loving kindness meditation. So once again, invite you to come into that respectful yet relaxed posture. Your eyes can be open or closed. I will repeat the affirmations, the statements on the screen as we do this short meditation. You can breathe at whatever pace is comfortable for you. And we'll start by inviting you to think of a being that is easy to love, somebody you have an uncomplicated relationship with. It can be someone who's alive or someone who has passed. It can be a pet, just any loved one. And I'll invite you to silently repeat the statements to that being. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you have ease of being. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you have ease of being. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. And may you have ease of being. And now I'll invite you to place a hand over your own heart. And we're going to silently repeat these statements to ourselves. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. And may I have ease of being. We can acknowledge that sometimes it's difficult to repeat these statements to ourselves. So if you're finding it difficult, I'll invite you to think of someone who cares for you and imagine them next to you and whispering the statements into your ear. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. And may I have ease of being. I'll invite you to take a deeper breath as we bring this loving kindness meditation to a close. A deeper inhale and a longer exhale. If your eyes are closed, you can open them up. You can wiggle your fingers to come back into this space that we are at and take a moment going inside and feeling how you feel in your body, in your emotions, in your spirit. And let's turn to an awareness of sound meditation. So your eyes can remain open or closed. And we're going to start by just focusing on sounds in your environment, noting the sounds right now in the room with you. And now I'll invite you to switch your focus to sounds that you might be able to hear from outside of the space that you're in. Now I'll invite you to open your awareness to all the sounds, maybe the sounds from your body, the sounds in the room, and the sounds from outside of the room. An open awareness of all sound. And as we draw a close to this short practice, I'll invite you to take a deeper breath in and exhale out. If your eyes are closed, you can blink them open and note any changes in sight, sound, or emotions that you notice. And now we're going to end this mindfulness practice, just like we began it, with the stop technique once again. So I'll invite you to just stop what you're doing for a moment and then pay attention as you take the next breath. And observe what your current feelings and emotions are. Are there any notable physical sensations in your body? We don't need to change or judge them. We're just observing them. And then we can proceed. And I'll invite you now to take a moment to feel into your body how you feel after this breathwork practice. And then feel into your emotions. And feel into your thoughts, the chatter of the mind. And we'll take a last breath in and back out. And I'll thank you for joining me on this practice. Week 3 can be a very difficult week for some, so I'm glad you have this practice in your self-care toolkit. The Yoga After Plastic Surgery series, you can find more yoga videos at that address. You can find me on Amazon. My book, Plastic Surgery Recovery Handbook, is available in both paperback and Kindle. And you can find me on Instagram at Plastic Surgery Recovery Handbook. Thank you so much and have a great day.